The Anderson tapes from 1971. Not talking about Mr. Anderson from The Matrix. We're talking about James Bond, and he's a crook. Theme song.
Cartoons Reviews! Cartoons Reviews!
If you want to see the Anderson tapes, check out the link in the description. So this movie stars Sean Connery as a criminal named Anderson. He gets paroled out of prison, and we see him put together a crew because he's going to rob this apartment building because everybody in the apartment building's rich.
I got a whole building that I want combed out.
What? Of course you do.
It's got a doctor's office on the ground floor, 6 flats, 2 to a floor.
What makes the movie unique is that it's really about surveillance. And we start off, he's sort of there talking, and they're in the prison, and they're going to get ready to parole him. And for some reason, there's a camera recording him. Then he gets out, and we see he's like in the bus stop. And, then he goes to this other place. There's a camera watching him. There's a camera in an elevator. And as he goes from place to place to recruit people into his gang, we see that all of them are under surveillance from the FBI, the IRS, the agency that would go on to become known as the DEA. And the girl he's sleeping with is also another guy's paying for the apartment she lives in. And that's funny. Sean Connery shows up, and she calls the dudes like, yeah, no, my boyfriend's going to start living here now. I can still see you once a week, but I'm staying here. Well, he has a private investigator, has wiretapped the hotel, the room, the apartment. None of these people are after Connery, but everywhere he goes, people are recording things. And because they're not after him, they don't really put together the pieces of the plot.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Duke. Fix right. I got a lot on my mind. Fix right. I got a lot on my mind.
They called him Duke Anderson. He's a limey. He was just telling these guys
We don't care about him. Who's the other guy?
It's really interesting that this is all about surveillance because it came out in 71, based on a book that came out before that. And we don't really think of people being watched and recorded all the time like we do now. We think of that as kind of a 21st century problem. So around that time, there was something going on because there was a Francis Ford Coppola's The Conversation. So there's something going on with surveillance society then. The film, it has characters in it that remind me of other films. I don't know if the Anderson tapes came up with these characters or what. The first character is an old man. We see he's paroled at the same time Sean Connery's character is, and he doesn't know what to do on the outside.
Hey, look at it, Pop. It's a free world. And it's all yours.
I don't like it.
And, minor spoiler, at the end, he sort of turns himself back into the police.
Me, I was part of it. Please, Captain, I'm ready to go back.
So that really reminded me of Shawshank Redemption, where they had the old guy that got paroled and he committed a crime just so he could get sent back to prison because he didn't like life on the outside. The other, there's a scene in this where the characters, one of them's got a nickname and kind of people are kind of talking about it. And one of the guys gets kind of defensive about it.
This is Socks.
Hey, he don't need no socks. He's got hair all over his feet. Hey, don't shoot me.
All right, cut it out. Cut it out. That's my name, you see? God damn it, you show me a little respect.
And that instantly reminded me of Reservoir Dogs, where they're sort of arguing about who has to be called Mr. Pink. And I don't know if Tarantino directly was inspired by that scene, but it seems likely because he owns the New Beverly Cinema, apparently, and he showed this film there once. So he's definitely aware of it. So it wouldn't surprise me if that scene kind of inspired him. What makes the film work, it's not really the surveillance, it's the tension. Once the crime gets underway, we find out the police know about it, and they're thinking about it because the building's pretty well locked up. So they're like, how can the police get in? Garrett Morris from Saturday Night Live is in it. Garrett Morris, who was in Saturday Night Live.
5 men, sir.
And he plays a police officer, and how he gets into the building is kind of neat. When they do break it, when the criminals break into each apartment, they do a fun bit where they talk. We flash forward to the police talking, interrogating them, and we see this juxtaposition.
Yes, can I help you? I was working with my assistant, transcribing some tape recordings of therapy sessions when they came in. I thought it was at first a disturbed patient, and I was trying to deal with this situation when this shorter, rounded one hit me.
He hit you at that time?
Yes, I was so surprised.
So that's kind of neat. Film's not perfect, though. They do throw around a derogatory term for homosexuals very casually. The surveillance angle doesn't really go beyond being a fun sort of gimmick. There's no real payoff for it at the end. And I'll say, even though I like the movie, Sean Connery's not really doing much in this. It's not really a showcase for him. Anybody could have been doing this role, so don't go see it just for him. But it is a fun movie, and I am going to give the Anderson tapes 4 thumbs up. Somebody's watching, and someone's listening too, and it should be you.